NASA is tracking a strange blue object which is moving through our solar system. It comes closest to Earth on December 19th. Some experts are even asking, could it hit us, the Earth? What if its path shifts? Because if an object like this ever did hit Earth, the outcome could be devastating. The last time an object like this came close to Earth, 66 million years ago, it didn't miss. It struck our planet and wiped out the dinosaurs in a single, world-ending event. So the real mystery isn't just what this thing is, but what could happen if it doesn't miss us. Something 200 million kilometers away is glowing an eerie blue, hotter than the sun's surface. NASA has confirmed the signal, and we have until December 19th to understand what we're dealing with. Every major space telescope, every deep space scanner, and even the instruments on our Mars robots are detecting the same impossible anomaly. The interstellar object 3I Atlas is emitting radiation no normal comet should ever produce, reaching temperatures above 5,800 Kelvin. So what is the name 3I Atlas? 3I means it's only the third interstellar object ever discovered passing through our solar system. Atlas is the telescope network that first spotted it. Why NASA suddenly started paying attention. At first, 3I Atlas was nothing unusual, just another interstellar object passing through the solar system. NASA tracked it, but casually. Then its trajectory shifted. Instead of drifting safely past us, 3I Atlas moved onto a path that cut straight across Earth's orbit. It demanded immediate attention. Within hours, every major space telescope and even instruments on Mars locked onto it, because when something from another star system crosses the path Earth travels, you don't ignore it. You watch it non-stop, each and every second. And here's what has scientists truly alarmed. When comets heat up, they glow red. That's basic physics. But this one isn't red. It turned blue. A shift so extreme it breaks the rules of how comets are supposed to behave. Even the impactor that wiped out the dinosaurs never burned like this. So if 3I Atlas ever drifts toward Earth, we're not just talking about an impact. We're talking about a potential extinction-level event. The object that disappeared behind the sun. When the blue glow appeared, 3I Atlas was more than 200 million kilometers from Earth. But from our perspective, it had slipped right behind the sun. That alignment is called perihelion geometry. That meant one thing: every telescope on Earth went blind. We couldn't see it at all, not a single frame. But the satellites watching from space, they had the perfect angle. NASA's Stereo A, SOHO, and GOES 19 all caught it at the same moment, and every one of them recorded the exact same impossible shift into blue light. 3 different observatories, 3 identical readings, no glitch, no errors. Whatever this object is, it's real. When a comet breaks the rules of physics. Here's the problem scientists can't explain. Objects getting close to the sun are supposed to glow red, not blue. Comets and interstellar visitors like 3I Atlas just don't get hot enough to produce blue light naturally. Normally, the sun warms them. They release gas and dust, and their glow stays in red and orange tones, the colors we expect. But 3I Atlas is doing the exact opposite. Instead of following the rules, it's glowing deep blue, a sign of extreme, unnatural heat. Nothing like this has ever been seen before, and that's why Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb asks the question everyone is thinking: is this object creating its own heat? And if so, how? Bandpass confusion or true temperature? The spectroscopy problem scientists initially suggested coronagraph colors might be misleading. Filters can emphasize certain wavelengths, and false color imaging sometimes distorts perceived temperature. Under normal circumstances, blue in an image doesn't necessarily mean hot. But this case is different. 3 separate coronagraph systems, using different filters and different detector technologies, all recorded the identical shift toward blue emissions. The consistency eliminates the usual ambiguity. What we're missing is direct spectroscopy, the only method capable of confirming whether this blue signature represents genuine thermal radiation or instrument artifacts. That confirmation won't arrive until the December 19th observation window, when 3I Atlas finally emerges from behind the sun. But the blue emission is just the beginning. Wait until you hear about the massive glowing envelope surrounding this thing. It's nearly the size of the distance between Earth and the Moon. The 300,000-kilometer luminous envelope. Too big, too bright. Coronagraph data reveals 3I Atlas is surrounded by a vast, glowing envelope, nearly 300,000 kilometers wide, approaching the Earth-Moon distance. This luminous shell correlates with the massive carbon dioxide plume detected back in August, but its current size and brightness far exceed anything expected from natural cometary activity. Even more concerning, the rate at which this object brightened during perihelion. Its luminosity increased faster than any Oort cloud comet ever measured. According to NASA's own analysis, the mechanism remains obscure. The intelligence question, active heat generation? When asked whether this new data increases the probability that 3I Atlas might be artificial, Loeb admitted his confidence had risen significantly. It is now above 4 out of 10. Previously, he rated the artificial hypothesis at 4 out of 10. The blue emission, implying temperatures exceeding the sun's visible surface, pushed that probability upward. Here's why. No passive natural body can maintain temperatures above 5,800 Kelvin while being bombarded by solar radiation unless something extraordinary is occurring internally. Loeb's analytical framework reduces all possibilities to one decisive question. Is this internal energy generation? If the answer is yes, we're not looking at a comet, we're looking at technology. The global monitoring campaign. Every instrument pointed at this object. With so many unexplained features, global space agencies have launched an intensive monitoring campaign unprecedented in astronomical history. Radio observatories are scanning for structured electromagnetic signals. Infrared arrays are watching for excess heat that could indicate propulsion systems or thermal exhaust. Orbital calculations are being analyzed for subtle trajectory deviations that might suggest controlled maneuvering. Analysts are also monitoring for signs of fragmentation or the deployment of smaller modules, behavior that would definitively prove artificial origin. Meanwhile, congressional oversight committees are reviewing high-resolution imagery captured on October 2nd, material that may reveal structural elements invisible in public datasets. Together, these coordinated efforts make 3I Atlas the most heavily scrutinized interstellar visitor in human history. The growing catalog of anomalies. Nothing about this makes sense. The blue emission is only the latest addition to a mounting list of impossibilities. The object's trajectory aligns within 5 degrees of the ecliptic plane, an improbable path with only a 0.2% statistical chance of occurring naturally. Earlier this year, it expelled material toward the sun, a complete reversal of typical cometary behavior, where material streams away from solar radiation. Spectroscopic analysis revealed unusually high nickel concentrations relative to iron, resembling engineered alloys more than natural cosmic chemistry. The object originated from the same region of space associated with the famous 1977 WOW signal, the strongest candidate for an extraterrestrial radio transmission ever detected. Its composition contains only 4% water, far below the 80 to 90% water content of typical icy bodies from the Oort cloud or Kuiper belt. And now, the dramatic shift from green to blue wavelengths near perihelion adds another layer of physical contradiction. When you combine these anomalies, researchers say this object shouldn't exist, at least not according to anything in our current understanding of astrophysics. Everything we've discussed is building toward one critical moment, December 19th, 2025. That's when we finally get answers, or when this mystery deepens beyond comprehension. December 19th, the day we find out. Everything we've seen so far is leading to one critical day. December 19th, 2025. That's when the 3I Atlas comes closest to Earth. For the first time since its strange blue glow appeared, it will be perfectly visible, free from the sun's glare. On that day, our most powerful eyes in space and on the ground We'll all be trained on it. The James Webb Space Telescope will measure the object's heat, revealing if the blue glow is real or just an optical trick. Hubble will capture detailed images, searching for any unusual shapes or features hidden before. Telescopes on Earth will track its movement, brightness, and rotation like never before. By combining all these observations, scientists hope to finally understand what this object really is. NASA warns, the glow could intensify as it emerges from the sun's shadow. If that happens, the question changes from, what is it, to how extraordinary is it? Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb calls this a decisive moment. December 19th may be our only chance to witness something completely unprecedented, and maybe even beyond natural explanation. Natural or alien technology? The mystery of 3-Eye Atlas. Scientists are struggling to explain 3-Eye Atlas, and right now, they're looking at it through 3 lenses. The first, unknown natural forces. Maybe our understanding of physics is incomplete. Perhaps 3-Eye Atlas is following rules we haven't discovered yet. The second, a cosmic fluke. It obeys the laws of nature, but somehow combines a series of highly unlikely traits all at once. A statistical anomaly at the very edge of possibility. The third, and most provocative possibility, an engineered object. 3-Eye Atlas might not be just a comet or asteroid. It could be artificial, designed with a purpose. This idea fits the anomalies we've been tracking. The blue heat, the strange trajectory, the unusual composition, and other baffling features. Each explanation would redefine science in a completely different way, and the perihelion data, the intense blue glow, leans most toward the engineered theory, hinting at something active and unlike anything natural we've ever seen. Why blue emissions suggest artificial origin. Under ordinary circumstances, natural objects in space behave predictably. When exposed to solar radiation, they absorb energy and radiate it back at lower temperatures. This thermodynamic cycle has been observed across billions of comets, asteroids, and interstellar bodies. No known natural object heats itself past thermal equilibrium in ways that push emissions into blue wavelength ranges. Yet 3-Eye Atlas is doing exactly that. Instead of cooling through normal radiation, it appears to be heating beyond thermal balance. Instead of shifting toward red wavelengths, it's emitting shorter blue spectrum wavelengths. And instead of displaying momentary flares, it's producing sustained blue output documented across multiple independent coronagraph systems. This behavior mirrors artificial high-energy systems. Engines, reactors, and advanced power sources regularly emit blue-shifted radiation when operating above standard thermal limits. They produce excess heat, maintain elevated temperatures even under external cooling forces, and generate emissions inconsistent with passive radiative physics. This is the central dividing line scientists are examining: passive versus active, natural versus engineered. A passive object cannot self-heat above the sun's surface temperature. An active system potentially can. And if the blue emissions captured at perihelion reflect true temperature, rather than instrument filtering, then 3-Eye Atlas may not be passive at all. Real-time science. We're watching history unfold. Unlike Oumuamua or Borisov, which were analyzed retrospectively after departing the solar system, 3-Eye Atlas is unfolding right now during the most heavily instrumented era of space observation in human history. Every luminosity fluctuation is being time-stamped. Every emission spectrum is being recorded. Every trajectory deviation is being logged in real-time databases. And every day, the anomaly compounds. The global scientific community, from NASA to the European Space Agency to citizen astronomers worldwide, is coordinating observations with unprecedented precision. We have never been more prepared to detect extraterrestrial technology. We have never observed an interstellar object behaving like this. Before you clicked this video, you might have thought the search for extraterrestrial intelligence was about radio signals or distant exoplanets. But what if it's already here, passing through our solar system right now, glowing blue and defying every law of physics we thought was absolute? December 19th. the day the universe reveals its secret. Everything we've witnessed so far is building toward one fateful day. December 19th, 2025. 3. Atlas will reach its closest approach to Earth. Not a threat, but a once-in-a-lifetime window into an interstellar enigma. For the first time, humanity will get an unobstructed front-row view. James Webb Space Telescope will probe its heat, revealing whether the blue glow is real or something far stranger. Hubble will capture ultra-detailed images, searching for hidden structures or anomalies never seen before. Telescopes on Earth will monitor its rotation, brightness, and movements, tracing the behavior of this cosmic mystery. We are witnessing an object from another star system, behaving in ways that defy everything we know. NASA warns, if the glow intensifies, the story changes from "what is this?" to "what is capable of producing this?" December 19th may be the only moment to witness the impossible before this interstellar wanderer slips back into the cosmic void. Every photon, every color, every anomaly is history in motion. If you want to watch it unfold live, hit subscribe, because the universe is about to reveal something we've never seen before.